first question is, how did you ensure that the training is effective for an employee in our company?
Okay, so I'm sure that you must have studied about different training evaluation methods. So there are different methods. Like the famous one is the famous Kirkpatrick method of evaluating training. So in our company, so we have some 3 levels of checking the effectiveness of training, starting from the immediate reaction of the trainer and the training. So what we do is we give feedback forms to participants or employees, and they have to give feedback about what happened in the classroom. So this is the first level. And the second level is like we will check after say 30-60 days whether they remember those things. So we do a pre and a post assessment. So before the training, so we give a kind of a question paper kind of a thing, we'll ask questions and they have to write answers, and probably after a month, so we'll give one more assessment kind of a thing to see whether they remember those things. This is the second level of evaluation. And the third level is like we check whether they actually whether they are using those techniques or tools or strategies, whatever they learn in classroom, on the floor. So we'll check with their team leaders or a manager, easy actually practicing those things which you learn. So this is the 3 levels of evaluation which we do in our company. The next level is checking the return on investment, like whether whatever we spend for the training program, are we getting the money back? So we have a method to check that. So these are the effectiveness methods.
So what are the key issues that should be addressed in designing and conduct and evaluation of training programs?
Evolution in the sense?
Evaluation in the sense like you design a training program, and how do you ensure that the training program is effective and it's very effective for the employees and.
Okay. So most of our workshops are highly experiential. You know what is experiential? In the sense that they give a lot of experience or simulations and things like that. Because if somebody's give a classroom training, and it is said, research says, whatever you hear in a classroom session will not last more than 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, you forget 90% of what you heard. If you just listen to somebody. If you take down notes and things like that, if you write down things during a training workshop, this will improve, say, 25-30% of the things that you would remember. But even then, so 25-30%. But in any workshop, if you are engaged, if you engage your mind, body, if you're emotionally connected to the workshop, you'll remember some 80-90%. So what we do is like we make sure that instead of a classroom session, it will be highly experiential. In the sense there are a lot of simulations and case studies that they have to present it. So that they will not forget those concepts. So we'll make it very experiential to make sure that a lot of games and activities and a lot of fun, so that they don't feel like somebody standing there and giving out of game. So it's more of exploring, more of learning by so that's how it goes.
So what qualities does a company expect in a trainer?
In a trainer, first thing, his subject level, it should be at least 2 or 3 steps above whoever he or she's training. So he should be subject matter expert, so whatever training he's in. Second thing is like he should have those trainer attributes. Trainer attributes are nothing but he should be able to connect with people, and he should engage people during his workshop. And third thing is like he should actually raise his standard every time, in the sense like whenever he trains, like he should raise his standard to make sure that he is in that level. So these are 3 things. One is raising the standard. Second thing is making sure that he's a subject matter expert. And the third thing is he should emotionally connect with his audience. So these 3 things are important.
As a trainer, how would you make your session more interesting?
So if I design a training program, I design it like how you direct a movie, with a good introduction, like good ice break. And then there will be stories, there will be videos, there will be games. In the sense like every 10 minutes you should change the pattern of your training. So you should make people move around. You should make them interact with other participants. And you should connect with them emotionally. And when you watch a movie, like a lot of emotions, right? So people laugh, people cry, So even in the training, you can actually bring those elements if you really want.
Mm-hmm.
And you should end the session with a bang, like a movie. You know, when it ends, like you know how movies end,
Yeah.
right? So they should not forget those things. So that's the why design training program. So it will be highly experiential.
So, what are the challenges like you would face while training freshers?
You know, especially freshers these days, they are technically well advanced. In the sense, most of the things, especially in 21st century, it's all there. You know, even like any training program, whatever I deliver or anybody who delivers, if they want, they can search the same thing in the smartphone sitting in the classroom. So, so they're not very open to learning because maybe because information is available everywhere. And they're restless because we are living in a remote control generation. Now we change channels every third minute, right? So the same way, they are restless, you know. So as a trainer, you have to change programs every third minute. So this is a big challenge. So making them sit and making them listening to you is a big challenge. So you have to come with a lot of creative ways of training.
So one basic question is, what is the difference between training and development?
It's like one is knowing. You say, for example, like you will learn how to drive a car. By reading book you can learn, in the sense like there's a engine, there's a system, you change gear and all this stuff. But development is like you learn how to drive a car, and when you actually drive the car, there'll be somebody sitting next to you and tell you, okay, now you change this gear and you do this, do that. So he'll slowly develop, and probably like 6 months he'll be a good driver. So learning is knowing the stuff. Developing is using those stuff in your real life and improving yourself.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.